Detroit, the birthplace of Detroit-style pizza, and we are kicking off our first episode here at Buddy's Pizza, where it all began in 1946. But does the original still hold up? Stick around because this one's a special. Buddy's didn't just make pizza, they created a whole new style, thick, crispy-edged, caramelized crust baked in blue steel pans, originally used for auto parts. A happy accident that turned into an iconic slice of history. We finally got our hands on a classic Detroit-style pie, and from the first bite, there is a lot to take in. The crust, the cheese, the sauce, each element has its own story. But does it all come together like it did back in the day? Stay with us as we break it down, and don't forget, this is just the beginning of our Detroit pizza adventures. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Hello, welcome to another episode of Atash Pizza Review, and this is our first Detroit episode. We finally made it here to Detroit and trying some Detroit style pizza, which is quite unique, and we are starting with Buddy's Pizza. Check out this pizza. This is the first spot where they invented this thing, that they made the pizza in an oil tray. And check out what's underneath. Seems to be baked to perfection. There's a little bit of cheese pull, and this pizza is specifically the Detroiter pizza, so it's their very first one, the original one. So let's go in. Wow. Super hot, crunchy, chewy at the same time. Love the taste of the cheese. So much love, so much history. I'm glad we started with the very first location. This is the initial location. Now it's a franchise. You have a lot of locations all over. And there you go. That's a huge Buddy's Pizza. I'm sure you guys can look up the address, but I think it's McNicholas and Conant or Moran. Quite happy with this pizza. Can't wait to share this with Tanya and see what she has to say about this pizza. It's freezing cold. So stick around for all the other episodes we're going to shoot in Detroit. There's going to be a lot of them. So buckle up. Let's go.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. We made it to Detroit. Left this morning. Lots to say. And we're going to make a special episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so stick around for that one. But getting to the pizza right away, so not to bore you guys. Buddy's Pizza, my first Detroit-style pizza, and here is the look of the pie. It's the Detroiter. So they have a lot of different creative ones, and we were actually interested in a lot of other ones. But Mrs. GPT recommended getting on to doing the first very original one, and Danya was also on board with that idea. So we got the Detroiter.
Oh, so much cheese on this pizza.
Yes, please dig in, my dear. I'm just putting my phone on silent. So enough further ado, I'm gonna dig in, and not to destroy my slice, I'm gonna continue having my own. And let's go in. Cheers.
Mm.
A lot of oil, a lot of history. So the first layer is the cheese, and then we have the meat, and then more cheese, and then we have the sauce that comes on the very top, added by a spoon. So this is what's called Detroit style pizza. They're square because of the way that the tray was, and this is the mechanic shop where they were changing oil and stuff.
It's cooked to perfection. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
it's not heavy. I thought with this amount of cheese it's gonna be so heavy. No, it's really nice, and the tomato sauce is adding just right amount of kick to the slice.
Yeah, guys, we just got here about an hour and a half ago across the border, and came to Buddy's Pizza right away. The first thing we did, we had to. We just dropped our stuff at our Airbnb, and the dogs are very, very interested in traveling with us, and it's the first time we are actually going this far, or going crossing the border, bringing them to US. Very exciting.
Back to the pizza. What do you think? What do you think of the crust?
It's fantastic. The pizza we had before this on the show was the slow hand sourdough.
Yep.
Which was much thicker.
Yeah.
And it lost the crunch when we had it at home.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try that. Maybe we shoot a little bit of video inside the Airbnb where we are staying, and taste this to heat up and to see how it's performing.
It will be fun. Yeah.
When it's cold there. I love the taste of the sauce. It's really beautifully done. What do you think of that?
It gives a nice kick, as I said, the tomato. It just gives you the feeling of the homemade pizzas. It doesn't feel like you got it actually from a pizzeria. It's that good. But even the style of it's very, very humble. The cheese, the taste of the cheese is amazing. The sauce is beautiful, and the pepperoni is just.
Yep.
I'm very, very satisfied with this pizza.
Yep. They had a decent website. They take orders online,
Of
and
course.
their marketing game is right on point. But we called them and placed the order. She said 20 minutes. We got here a bit earlier than 20 minutes, but the pizza was ready, hot, out of the oven, ready to go. So I'm very happy with that. And the pizza costs 16 bucks US. $16.42. They still do pennies. So I got I got 93 cents, $5.90. No, that's the taxes. Yeah, so I got the change back, and they still do pennies. Something that was extinct in Canada about 8-10 years ago. That was kind of funny.
$25
Canadian. 17 bucks American. So for the value, I think it's considered an expensive pizza for what it is, especially with the taste.
Yeah, we gotta go try other pizzerias and see how they're doing in terms. But yeah, converting it to Canadian, I think it's a bit pricey for what it is.
Yeah, it's great though. I'm very happy with the dough. How do you like the dough, sauce, cheese? What do you think of the toppings?
They've mastered the game of the dough. It's nothing like the slow hand sourdough we tried in Toronto.
Yes, no, sourdough seems to be very creative. It had a little bit of honey drizzle on top. This doesn't have any of that.
Yeah, they're mimicking this style, but definitely this is, as you said, it's very thinner, and the dough is actually very thin and airy. The corners are baked to perfection. It just has that beautiful crunchiness to it, and the toppings are very nice as well, like the tomato sauce. I like the pepperoni. It's my first one here, right?
I love the taste of the crunchy cheese in the corner. It gives you that genuine Cheetos taste feeling, because it's like crunched up. But the ones that we usually have in Toronto, like the Descendant that we never made a show of, or the 8 Mile, or the slow hand sourdough, they all have a lot of cheese stuck up in the corner to make that crunch and add that crunchiness to the corner. This, I mean, it's not lacking that, but they're not trying to achieve that. It's there. It is what it is. Want it, take it or leave it. It's kind of a cocky type of pizza that gives you that rustic feeling to that very first pie they ever came up with. I'm very happy with this pizza. I mean, we can say we are just a bit biased about loving this pizza, considering how long we drove to get here.
Gorgoinn is ready to hunt. He wants to hunt pizza.
Yeah. Let's share a little bit from the corner where there's no sauce, because the sauce, I can see there's so many spices. But the good thing is it's not that hot, so I'm happy to share a little bit with Gorgoinn and see if Ragnarr wants to come
amount
close.
of the sauce is very, very little compared to what we've had so far.
Yeah, it's like a 1 spoon on each slice, no more than that.
Yeah, no, very nice, very nice. It hasn't poured into it hasn't gone through the pizza itself, so it's very, very nice. It's giving that sour kick of tomato to it. And the pepperoni is not the typical pepperonis we get in Toronto, eh?
I mean, it tastes alright. It doesn't seem to be that high quality Italian stuff.
But I mean, generally speaking, food in America is very low quality.
Yeah.
And there's only,
The cheese is good.
believe it or not, guys, I just finished my slice on the show. That's something that rarely happens.
That's very, very nice. So you want to go to rating time?
Yes, indeed, rating time. Let's rate this pizza. So first question I ask you, is this the best Detroit style pizza you've had so far?
One shall find out. So far, yes, it's a good one. I would say it's a very humble. In terms of being creative, it's not much of a creativity to it, but I think they had a very creative menu going on, right?
Yeah.
We went to the most basic one just to hit the benchmark, right?
Absolutely. And just because they started this doesn't mean they're the best at it. You know, people take
Absolutely.
stuff and elevate it all over and continue with making it better day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
So with our list of rating system that we created, first we start with customer service. I'm 100% happy with it. They get that half point that we always put aside for customer service, and so that's there. The price we pay for this pizza, are you happy with the cost? You
It's a bit expensive, right?
I agree. I don't want to give them points for that.
No.
It's like way more overpriced for what you're getting,
Absolutely.
especially compared to most of the pizzas we tried on the show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are judging this based on our very first pizza in Detroit. So we're gonna take, I mean, hopefully 100. We're gonna probably taste all the pizzas that exist in Detroit as much as we have time and we can actually do this. But let's see where this thing is taking us. But I'm not gonna give them points for price or value. Definitely not worth it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe because it's the best, is it worth it? Maybe they are entitled to charge us this much for a pie.
Just because they've been around for
Just because they came up with it.
Okay, but
know?
we drove so much, so they gotta cut taxes for us at least.
Yeah, that's not how things work. Especially till February 15th, they're
Yeah.
tax exempt in Ontario or Canada. It's the whole Canada. So yeah, so we have the actual actors of the show, the main character and his son. Anyway, back to the crust, the dough. You happy with that? You're gonna give them that
happy.
1 point.
Yeah.
I'm 100% happy with it. So
100% baked. So
yeah, they gain that one and good sauce.
I like the taste of the sauce, and I like the amount of the sauce that's on the pizza. So I would want to go give them that. Right? And that Sicilian spice is adding the right amount of kick to it. So
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Other than that, it would have been very
Yeah.
bland, right?
Not too sour, not too salty,
No.
not too sweet. It's a decent, beautifully homemade sauce, and I'm glad they did not overdo it. Like how, remember? Oh, I forgot to say, the very last one we tried was the Afro pizza.
Afro pizza was
Yeah.
very, very.
Juicy. He added so much of that sauce. He overdid the sauce.
Yeah.
So this is actually doing it right. So 1 point for that. And is it good toppings? I think it is, especially the cheese. Wisconsin
cheese is nice.
cheese,
Yeah, cheese.
beautiful cheese. I'm extremely happy with the cheese. And is it creative? I mean, guys, I think they should gain 2 points for creativity. We only put aside half a point for creativity, but they came up with it. I mean, this is as much as creative as it could get, right?
Absolutely.
So definitely 1
1
point
point
for
for
creativity. That is an extra half point. That's gonna make up for the price for value. So far they're hitting perfect score. And for presentation and cleanliness, it was a decent restaurant.
it's a show going on there, right?
Absolutely.
So everything very much organized. and,
Thousands of certificates and magazines, and it was all about this Detroit style pizza, right? They just did something and it stuck, and America loved it. So why not, right?
Even Canadians loved it. So
Yeah, for
all
sure.
the world like.
For sure. So what do you want to rate this at?
I would say I would want to go at 4.5 for this pizza.
I want to say perfect.
You want to say perfect, but it's just our first one, right? I have to have something to be able to compare it to. What I can compare it to is the ones I've tried in Toronto, which is different. It's mimicking the idea, but it's very, very different for what it is. I think it's a bit just pricey for what it is, but I can't find any flaws to the pizza
I
itself.
agree. No, I agree. It's a perfect pizza, but I don't think, for the sake of our show, I don't think it's gaining 5 points. So I think it's a 4.5 would be really, really decent. I mean, it's not overrated, to be frank with you guys. It's a decent pizza. We can't go wrong with that. If you're coming to Detroit, definitely this is the place to go. And if you want to really try that authentic pizzas of Detroit, come here first. That's a sure thing, and this is what I'm saying so far, because I haven't tried the other ones.
Yeah.
But if you're in Toronto and you want to try the ones that we had on the show, those are 100% good to go. They actually are meeting the standards of a good Detroit style pizza. He's being super vocal, and I'm assuming because this how tasty this thing is, and smelly, right? I mean, aromatic. Smelly can hold the negative.
No, the aroma of the cheese and the I mean, the cheese itself, it just reminds me of a cartoon. It's just baked so well, and it's different. It's different from whatever I've had so far.
Absolutely. Let me just show you the last slice, just to, keep you on point with what we were talking about. This is the Buddy's Pizza, the very first Detroit style pizza they came up with, the original, the OG of Detroit styles, and getting a 4.5. Unfortunately, at this time, we're not gonna rate this at a 5. Maybe at the end of the our trip, we come back here and order a different one to see how they're performing with the more creative style of this. So that's our show. Thank you so much, guys, for following us on a daily basis and checking us out on both YouTube and Instagram. We just recently started our Instagram channel to share some stuff there as well. So don't forget to like this episode and share it if you have friends who have a lot to say about Detroit style pizza. You can show them how the first episode of our Detroit style pizza show is coming about. Thanks
Worth
for
the drive.
watching.
Definitely worth the drive. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.